Meeting 725th meeting of Chennai Toastmasters Club. The mission of every Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience to empower its members to develop their communication as well as their leadership skills so that it develops their personal growth as well as their confidence. So now, today we are going to have an exciting meeting and an exciting keynote session and an exciting game. So to proceed further, I would like to hand over the session to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Nanda.
Welcome, fellow Toastmasters, to our 725th meeting in Chennai Toastmasters Club. To tell you a small, if I were to describe Chennai Toastmasters Club in a short phrase, it would be best to say that the members can be called a little bit of thunder mixed with sunshine, because that's what we get from all our speakers out here. On this thunderous note, I would like to declare meeting number 725 open. Today, being a very important milestone for all of us on 3rd of May, I would like to tell you, we don't just celebrate the simple milestone that we have at hand today. Along with this, we have World Laughter Day as well. So let's laugh our hearts out and enjoy the 2 hours that we have together. To tell you a little bit about our Toastmaster of the day, she's someone who has been with us in Chennai Toastmasters Club for a very short time. But in that short time, she has managed to take on so much responsibility and take on so many roles, and she always invites people to give her more work in relation to CTM as such. So such a Toastmaster must be the TMOD for a milestone meeting such as today. On this note, fashionista by profession, Toastmaster by passion, let's welcome Toastmaster Aishwarya. Toastmaster Aishwarya, the stage is yours.
Just a minute, technical glitches. Yeah. So can you guys see me? Audible? Great. So thank you, Nadira, for the wonderful introduction, which I never even expected. So ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests, good evening. It gives me immense pleasure and honor in welcoming you all to a 725th milestone meeting of Chennai Toastmasters Club. I'd like to share a few words about Chennai Toastmasters Club. Chennai Toastmasters Club, the first ever Toastmaster club in Tamil Nadu. CTM has many nicknames, mother of all clubs, a team of DTMs, and many more. CTM has indeed produced many new clubs and has also given many distinguished Toastmasters like Distinguished Toastmaster Neena John, DTM Abraham Zakaria, Distinguished Toastmaster Lalita Girdhar, and many more. CTM has also given many world champions like DTM Arika Maheshwaran, Toastmaster Adil Ibrahim, and this goes on and on. CTM has always been the first club to do something new and innovative, even when it comes to online meetings. CTM was the first club to have an online joint meeting, and CTM was the first club to have an international joint meeting, that too with 2 international clubs. On this note, CTM is the first club to have such a milestone meeting through online. So ladies and gentlemen, with much joy, I once again welcome you all to 725th milestone meeting. Now, thank you. So moving on to the theme. Our theme for today is You Only Live Once. All of us have only one life and only one chance to live to the fullest or squander it with pointless activities. Do you always think that the grass is greener on the other side? Do you always live with the illusion that people who have smiling faces haven't faced any hardships in their life? It can be quite the contrary. People who smile in public have learned the art of never giving up. The older we get, the more that we realize that it takes conviction and courage to learn life well. There's a quote given by Dalai Lama once. There are only 2 days in a year which nothing can be done. One is called yesterday and the other is called tomorrow. So today is the right day to love, believe, do, and most importantly, live in the present. So, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, before moving on to the meeting, I'd like to take you through how this meeting works. Firstly, we'll be having the prepared speech session, and on this special occasion, we'll be having two prepared speeches, and they have prepared the speech day and night, and they're here to deliver it today. Secondly, we'll be having a keynote session given by a past district director, distinguished Toastmaster Suganthi Periyasamy. Thirdly, we'll be having a table topic session, which is nothing but an impromptu speaking session where the table topic master calls upon veteran Toastmasters, volunteers, and a topic be given, and he or she should speak on the topic for at least 1 to 2 minutes. Followed by which we'll be having the interesting part of the day, which is nothing but a game called Connections. So we'll be having this interactive gaming session happening, and this being hosted by our very own TT champion, Toastmaster John Sherlin. And followed by which we'll be having the evaluation session, where the evaluations will be given in general and for the prepared speeches as well. So, are you guys ready to witness this great meeting? You sure raise a thumbs up or you can drop a yes in the chat box below. Great. Thank you for that wonderful, overwhelming response. Now, moving on to the first part of the meeting, before jumping into the prepared speech session, let me call upon general evaluator for today, and he is Toastmaster Abhilash. A few words about him. He is a chartered accountant, and he's an enthusiastic member of the Toastmasters Club. And the one thing which I notice in him every time is that his creative way of representing any role which he takes. So without further ado, let me call upon Toastmaster Abhilash to brief upon his role. Toastmaster Abhilash, over to you.
Hello everyone, good evening. First of all, here's to wishing everyone a great milestone 725 meeting. So 1 minute. Good evening. So I will be the general evaluator for today's meeting. So how many of you noticed at what time that we started today? Did we start at 4 or not? So that is something which you'll wait. That is part of my duty. I'll report it towards the end. So for the benefit of everyone, the evaluation session is divided into 3 parts. The evaluation session is the penultimate session, ultimate session of the meeting, and there we will be having the evaluation of the entire meeting, evaluation of the 2 prepared speakers, as well as my tag report. So my team's tag report. And as you all know, this is not a one-man job. So I'll have a set of 2 teams for the meeting. So the first team is the prepared speech evaluators, whom I'll be introducing to you only at the latter half of the meeting. So the second team is my tag team. This consists of 3 players: the timer, the accounter, and the grammarian. Moving on, let me introduce my tag team. So the first timer, who is he? Toastmaster Cholan. He doesn't need any introduction. The VP PR of our club. He is one of the most creative minds that I've come across. Without further ado, Toastmaster Cholan, could you tell us your timer objectives?
Thank you, Abhilash. Abhilash asked me to do something special in this meeting. So I decided to sing a song for 20 to 30 seconds. Are you okay with it? Just thumbs up if you want. Don't afraid. Start. மலர்களே மலர்களே இது என்ன கனவா மலைகளே மலைகளே இது என்ன நினைவா உருகியதே எனது உள்ளம் பெருகியதே விழிவெள்ளம் விண்ணோடும் நீதான் மண்ணோடும் நீதான் கண்ணோடும் நீதான் I think it's okay for you. Okay, let's duty for timer. As a timer, my responsibility is to maintain, to track the time of a speaker. When the timer reach minimum time, I show you a green, or just a minute, green card. When the timer reach the intermediate time, I show you yellow card. When the timer when the speaker reach maximum time, I show the red card. Sorry for the delay. After that, 30 seconds the grace period is allowed to the speaker. At the end of the meeting, I will submit my report. Over to you, G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Cholan. We lost track of time with the song that you sang for us. That is how great the song was. So, moving on, the next member of 1 minute. My next member of the tag team will be the the next member of the tag team will be the R counter. I am pleased to introduce to all Toastmaster Chandani. She will be the R counter of the day. To tell something about her, she's a very passionate and energetic Toastmaster and an equally passionate dentist. So without further ado, Toastmaster Chandani, could you tell us your objectives for the day?
Good evening, Toastmasters. Just a minute. I'm the R counter for today, and my job is to look out for filler words and filler sounds, which the speakers will have to be aware of while giving their speeches. Here are a few filler words and sounds that we commonly use in our speech. And using these fillers can give the impression to the audience that we are not well prepared, and at the same time, it can decrease the worth or value of our prepared content. Henceforth, my responsibility is to make note of these fillers, including the unnecessary repetition of words and pauses in your speech. At the end of the meeting, I'll be reading out the entire report when called upon by the general evaluator. Good luck to all the speakers, and remember, you only live once, so make your speech flawless. Over to you, general evaluator.
So the final member of my tag team, perhaps one of the most important aspects for a speech, I'm pleased to introduce to everyone the grammarian for today. Yeah, so today's grammarian is none other than Toastmaster Geeta, a very passionate and energetic Toastmaster. She's young at heart. So without much ado, Toastmaster Geeta, could you tell us your objectives?
Good evening, Toastmasters. It's my privilege to take over as a grammarian for today's meeting, a milestone meeting that we are really celebrating. A grammar lays the groundwork for any language. Just imagine an erratic internet connectivity today will create static in our communication. Similarly, any incorrect grammar will make your message difficult to be understood. So grammar is very important in a language. I'm here to comment the good language from you all. So it is also my duty to put to you the word of the day, which I encourage you all to use in your speeches in today's meeting. So the word of the day today is quixotic, which means ideas that are imaginative or hopeful, but unrealistic. An example sentence which I would like to share with you all is, he has lived his life by a hopelessly quixotic code of conduct. I will also be noting down the good usage of words and not so very good usage of words, and I will give my report when I'm called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Over to you, general evaluator.
Abhilash, you're on mute.
Yeah, so the theme of the day was you live only once. So today, my tag team and team of evaluators, this is going to be our objective, helping people realize their own unlimited potential. Moving on, I hand over control to the Toastmaster of the day.
So thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Abhilash, for your well-defined and precise introduction about your role and the introduction of your team. Now moving on, before jumping into the prepared speak session, we have a greeter for the day. To tell about this person, he lives in a world of colors and he works as a production manager at Asian Paints. And he is Toastmaster Anju. So over to the magician who's ready to color our lives over here. And he is here to greet us for the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Anju.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aishwarya. What a moment to be in this 725th meeting of this Chennai Toastmasters, and we have now crossed 725 meetings. See, I have read in a place from a famous author, Malcolm Gladwell, has written, you need 10,000 hours to become an expert at any profession. Now we have crossed 725 hours or 725 meetings, like 2 hours each, 50 people on an average per meeting. On a group, we have crossed 10,000 hours, much behind. So this is a time for us to really reflect on, I think, what we have really learned from these 725 meetings, and also to be proud that we have reached this journey and part of this wonderful team who is taking this forward. The current XCOM team who is always energetic and even more energetic than the previous. So this journey will continue, and it will become a part of our daily life that we'll get into this public speaking. I take immense pleasure to welcome each of you to this 725th meeting, and I hope it will be a thunderous one and a fantastic one. Welcome all once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anju. Moving on, we'll be having our quote master to say a few words about her. And she has finished her MA in Human Resource Management at DG National College, and she likes acting, and she loves acting. So she was a part of a school theatre for like 3 years, and she is Toastmaster Kritika Raju, and she is here to share a quote for the day. So over to you, Toastmaster Kritika Raju.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. When I was young, I always tried to do what my friends pursued. When I was in 3rd grade, my friends pursued dancing, so I joined John Brito too, but it was an utter failure. Later, in standard 5th, my friends took up basketball. I joined basketball too, but again, it was an utter failure. In standard 7, we decided to try our hand at singing. I joined that and miserably failed there too. Once I was very tired of trying what other people were trying to do, so I sat down and wondered about my life. That's when one of my seniors came up to me and told me, Kritika, what are you doing with your life? Remember, you live only once. So stop trying to fit in when you were born to stand out. I didn't understand the meaning at that particular point of time, but then I realized it meant something. I came back home that day and thought only about what he meant. I realized that I had to do something, not what others were trying to do, but I had to do something because I wanted to do it, something I was passionate about. And that is when in standard 8, I took up acting in my school theatre. This theatre journey continued with me for 3 long years, and I was a profound actor by the end of my 10th grade. This is what people tell when they think about saying, stop trying to fit in when you're born to stand out. Your life is unique, live the way you want it. The quote that I said was said by a famous author Roy T. Bennett. Thank you. Over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kritika, for that wonderful quote which you have shared with us. Moving on to our idiom master. Our idiom master for the day is Toastmaster Murali. To say a few words about him, he is a working professional with 14 years of experience, and his main intention of joining Toastmasters is to improve his communication skills. So, without further delay, let me call upon our idiom master, Toastmaster Murali. Over to you, Toastmaster Murali.
Thank you, TM Modi. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. I'm feeling so fortunate to be a part of this 725th milestone meeting. Thank you. Okay, today I'm going to talk about 5 idioms through a short story of my time which I spent during this lockdown. On 24th March, when lockdown was announced, initially I thought of growing my beard and my hair longer. So I started with a 5 o'clock shadow on day 2, but now this is a reality. Then I planned multiple things that I should try to complete as I would be having a time of my life. In the middle of lockdown, I literally lost grip of things as I did not know whether to wind a watch or bark at the moon. Finally, when the government decided to call time on lockdown, I realized that I lost a month of Sundays not being so productive as originally planned. This is a short story of mine. Guys, you would be wondering why he's talking about lockdown is being completed when the government is planning to extend. For manufacturing guys like me, government is planning, we have to restart the manufacturing industries from next week. So I'll be joining my work from next week. Okay, through this short story, I've shared 5 idioms. I would like to recall these 5 idioms. Just a minute. As I mentioned, the 5 o'clock shadow is a slight growth of hair if any person does not shave for a day or 2. Time of my life, which means a very enjoyable experience. I did not know whether to wind a watch or bark at the moon, which means we do not know what to do. Call time, which means it's time to end it. A month of Sundays, which means a long period of time. Thank you, my dear friends. Thank you.
So thank you for sharing 5 idioms in your very own short story. So with this, we come to the end of our introductory session. Now moving on to the first session of the day, which is nothing but the prepared speech session. And as I mentioned earlier, that today we'll be having 2 prepared speeches given by Toastmaster Abhirami and Toastmaster Venu Neelakantan. So without wasting any more time, let me call upon our first speaker for the day, and she is Toastmaster Abhirami. To say a few words about her, she is a chartered accountant and she works at Bastards Bank as an AVP for the controls testing team. And for this, I'd like to call upon her evaluator, Toastmaster Satish Babu, to share the speech objectives. Toastmaster Satish Babu, over to you.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. Today, Toastmaster Abhirami presenting Pathways Manual, Project 2 in Level 1, Evaluation and Feedback. The project objective is, the purpose of this project is to present a speech on any topic, receive the feedback and apply the feedback to a second speech. All the best, Toastmaster Abhirami. Stage is yours. Over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satish Babu, for sharing the speech objectives. Now let's call upon our first speaker, Toastmaster Abhirami. Recalibrating my worldview. recalibrating my worldview, Toastmaster Abhirami. The stage is yours. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Am I audible? Yeah, am I audible? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Firstly, I would like to congratulate each one of you for successfully completing 1 month of lockdown and also for the 725th milestone. I'm sure we all would have mastered some new life-saving skills like social distancing, cleaning utensils. Yeah. So let me start with a question today. So this question is for all the Toastmasters out here. I don't expect an answer at the moment, but I just want each one of you to ask this question to yourself. So when you first became member of this club, in how many months did you deliver your icebreaker speech? For the benefit of guests, icebreaker speech is the first speech a Toastmaster would deliver as part of their Toastmastering journey. It's more of a self-introduction. Now, answering my question, I know a couple of new recent Toastmasters who delivered their icebreakers within a reasonable period of time, say 1 to 2 months. In my case, I took close to 6 months to deliver my icebreaker speech. And that's quite a long time, I know. One thing that I can comfort myself at this point is that I tell myself all the time, it's okay, there are a few people who take slightly longer time to take the first step and break the ice. So I have company. Now, the second big question, why did I take 6 months? It's just an icebreaker, a self-introduction. I'm not going to do a rocket science, a research paper, and present something, no. But why did it take 6 months? Maybe is it because of stage fear or lack of self-confidence, great element of self-doubt, whatever it is. At that point, I didn't have an answer for myself, honestly. And as time passed by, I realized that this is not just with the Toastmastering journey, but this is a freaking pattern in my life across all spheres. I take a lot of time to take the very first step. After some time, with great courage, I had to accept myself that I am a great procrastinator. Now, what is procrastination? It's the wonderful art of delaying something because you're afraid of failing at it. Now, hold on. The brighter side is I am a special type of a procrastinator, not the usual type. Okay, I'm always special. I am a perfection procrastinator. Now, who is a perfection procrastinator? A person who delays something not because they're afraid of failing at it, because they want to deliver it with the utmost level of perfection. Now, let me explain this concept further by taking you into the mind of a procrastinator. So now, into the mind of the procrastinator, and the subject tells to herself, Abhi, you're going to give your icebreaker speech. It's going to be a wonderful speech. You're going to deliver it like Nina ma'am. And it's going to be flawless, flawless, and just flawless. For those of you who are clueless of who is Nina ma'am, she's a distinguished Toastmaster of our club, and she speaks better than all those TEDx speakers out there. This is a classic case of how a perfection procrastinator sets up unrealistic targets for themselves to achieve. As a result, the perfection procrastinator takes a really long time to take that first step. And when they take the first step and say they do an amazing job, they're still not happy because they're very self-critical about themselves, and they're not happy because they have not met the quixotic standards of perfection that they have set for themselves. When I realized that I am a perfection procrastinator, that was the aha moment for me in my life. I realized that I need to fix this up. I need to have a plan in place and fix this up and put myself back on track. So I started by asking myself some simple questions, yet powerful questions, The first question is something like, why am I delaying this task in hand? What is it that I'm waiting for? Am I waiting for some data or some additional resources, support? Or what is it that is stopping me? Is it that some skill that I need to build to deliver this? And the most important question, the next one that comes like this, is your target achievable? And the standards of perfection that I've set for myself, is it helping me to achieve, or is it hindering me from achieving my target? And the last of all, being a chartered accountant, the last final big question that I ask myself is, what is the cost that I pay for this procrastination that I do? Is it in terms of the money, in terms of the opportunities that I'm losing, or in terms of the anxiety that I end up, experiencing because of dragging my deadlines? When I tried to answer these simple questions, I realized that there was really nothing that was stopping me but myself. And finally, I realized to get out of this vicious cycle of perfection procrastination, I just had to do two things. I had to set up realistic targets for myself. And secondly, I should just do my job and not stop until it's done. Today, I proudly admit to myself that I took indeed 6 long months to give my icebreaker, but that helped me in recalibrating myself and in recalibrating my worldview. Thank you. Over to you, Tia Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhirami, for sharing your recalibrating of your very own view. Now, moving on to our second speaker. He is a veteran Toastmaster member of this club, and he is Toastmaster Venu. And before calling him up, I'd like to share a good news about him. The speech which he's going to deliver today, he will be finishing his ACG project. So, congratulations for that, sir. And on this note, I'd like to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Nanda, to share the speech objectives.
Hi, TMD, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Toastmaster Venu Nilagandar will be delivering its ACG 10 project, fifth and final speech. Objective of the speech is to talk after dinner. Objective is to prepare entertaining after dinner talk on a specific theme. Deliver the talk using skills developed in the previous projects. A timer, please note that the time is 8 to 10 minutes. The title is yet to be decided. All the best, Toastmaster Venu Nilagandar. Over to you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the speech objectives. Now, without further ado, let me call upon a second speaker, Toastmaster Venu Nilagandar. Yet to be decided. Yet to be decided, Toastmaster Venu Nilagandar. The stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you all. I don't believe in taking right decisions. I just take decisions and make them right. Can anyone say who said this?
Ratan Tata.
Anyone?
Ratan Tata?
Yeah, of course. But yeah, he might be. But before him, someone else said. Can anyone guess? I think it's beyond your guess.
Steve Jobs.
No.
Churchill.
Yeah, I know you will keep on saying someone else, but I told you it's beyond your guess because it's said by my wife when we got married. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests. Good evening. Decision is one of the crucial things we have to take every day in our life. Let it be career or personal life, we have to take decision. Because based on our decision, everything will be there. I hope you all agree with me. But sometimes in our life, we can't take decisions because of some factors. Because we are stuck between devils and deep sea. At that moment, your management lessons that you learn from Harvard universities or IIMs or management gurus, they won't help. Who will help you? Who will teach you to tackle that situation is none other than some layman with the experience. I had many experience with these kinds of help from a layman. 2 months ago, I just got an experience where a layman taught me a good lesson. Actually, I was traveling from Tirchi to Madurai in a bus, local bus. It was around 11 o'clock. The weather was chilling. In front of me, two ladies, a little bit bulky, they were sitting. And the lady who was sitting near to the window wanted to close the window because of the weather, wind, cold wind. But the lady who was seated at the aisle, she wanted to keep the window open. And she said, don't close the window because I want some fresh air, otherwise I will die. This lady said, no, I have a wheezing problems if you are close. If I keep the window open, I will die. So they started arguing, and the argument gradually became a ferocious fight. They started manhandling one another. They are pulling hair off with one another, typical ladies fight. Then the conductor came and asked, what's the problem? Then this window lady said that I want to close the window because I am having wheezing problem. If you are not closing window, I will die. This lady, idle lady said that no, I have some other problems. If I don't have a fresh air, I will die. Now conductor is pulling his hair. What to do? We were all helpless. At that time, we had a voice from behind. We all stand back. One guy wearing lungi, smoking a beedi, looking like this at the last seat. What's the problem? Then conductor said, man, I am a first graduate. Even I can't solve it. How can you solve it? Then again, this beedi guy smoking the beedi, tell me the problems. I will see whether I can solve it or not. Then conductor narrated, see, this lady wanted to close the window, otherwise she said she will die. This lady wanted to keep the window open, otherwise she would die. That's a problem. Then the smoking guy saying, well, where is the problem? Just close the window for 5 minutes. This lady will die. Keep the window for 5 minutes. That lady will die. We will travel without any problem. Conductor was so happy. Wow, what an idea. But something struck his mind and he asked, man, you can say anything. But who will answer to their husband? Then again, this beedi guy smoking the beedi, don't worry, I'm husband for both. What I'm saying is, we need to think out of box sometimes to tackle the problem. Where we are failing is, many times we are focusing on problems, not on solutions. There we fail. That's why we can't achieve what we decide, because you and I decide easily. Every time we easily decide, but any fool can decide. But getting result is something different. Legends and successful people are doing that. Once they take decision, they committed to their decision. When Ratan Tata saw family members traveling on a single bike, the 4 members of family traveling on a single bike in Bangalore, he was so shocked because he was worrying why these middle class people are always taking risks. 4 members on a single bike. Then he decided that I wanted to give something to this family because they can't buy a car. So I want to give a car to the middle class family with an affordable price. At that moment, he decided to give a car for 1 lakh rupees. And when he announced that, the entire world laughed. Even the business tycoon in the field said, criticized him very sarcastically. For example, the head of Suzuki, Osamu Suzuki, sarcastically commented that whether it would be a tri-wheeler with a stepney, and he outrightly said that it is not at all possible to give a car for 1 lakh rupees. Even his own employees of Tata Motors said that it is not possible. To his misfortune, the rate of raw materials steeply increased. But Ratan Tata is a man of commitment. He said, we are going to give the car for 1 lakh rupees. We are never bothered about the profit. So rest, we all know the history. The moment he announced the car for 1 lakh rupees, in the backdrop, Osamu Suzuki's words were there. It's not possible. But this man delivered the car for 1 lakh rupees because promise is a promise. Now just go back to his quote. I never believe in taking right decision. I just take decision and I make it right. If you want, a lot of examples are there. For example, even Anand Mahindra is a man known for his crucial decision. When he allotted 532 crore rupees just designing the Scorpio car, everyone laughed at him, mocked at him. But the successful story of Scorpio car is a case study still in Harvard University. So we are all doing something that's what they are doing, what we are not doing. Because most of us, we decide, but we are not doing or implementing. I knew many of us, as Abhirami said, that we are all waiting for the perfect moment. Perfect moment won't come. We have to create the perfect moment. Particularly, I want to say about my mentees. Many of my mentees and senior Toastmaster, budding Toastmaster, they all decided to complete their project within 1 year. Still, I am waiting for the result, the action. I don't want to name and shame of my mentees. Most of are waiting to watching, and other Toastmasters also. So once you take decision, you have to do it. Without contributing from your side, you can't do it, because even God can't help you. This particular guy who wanted to win a lottery, every day he was praying God to win a lottery for 1 lakh rupees. He was doing all kind of pujas, rituals from all religions to please the God and to win a lottery for 1 lakh rupees. He kept on praying, but nothing happened. Even after 1 year, nothing happened, but he didn't give up. He was praying God every day without any miss. After a lapse of 1 year, in the heaven, the angel felt very sorry for him. So the angel went to God on behalf of him and asked God, look at this poor guy. God the Almighty, you are known for your generosity and your pity, merciness. But look at this poor guy. He has been praying for last 1 year. He has been performing all kinds of pujas and everything to please you. All he wants is just win a lottery for 1 lakh rupees. Why can't you make him win a lottery? Then God smiled at him and said, yes, I knew that this guy has been performing pujas. This guy has been performing all kinds of rituals, prayers to please me. In fact, I am totally pleased. I want to make him win a lottery. Then the angel asked, why you are not making him win a lottery? Because I can't. Why you can't? Because this guy doesn't buy a lottery. How I can make him win a lottery when he doesn't buy a lottery? Most of us waiting to win a lottery without buying a lottery. So we have to do our side work, and we have to, once you are taking decision, you have to commit to that. You have to do something. Once you decided to complete the competent communication manual, you have to deliver. You have to write the script. You have to send it to your mentor. You have to review it. Once you want to complete a path, you have to deliver a speech. Simply taking decision is something different. So perfect moment won't come. You have to create the perfect moment. All the best. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venu, for your wonderful speech. And with this, we come to the end of a prepared speech session. Moving on to a second part of the session. Now we'll be having an interactive keynote session by our distinguished Toastmaster Sugandhi Periyasamy on the topic Unleashing the Eagle Within. A few words about DTM Sugandhi Periyasamy. She was a past district director and the present DLC chair for 2019 to 2020 for District 82. With esteemed pleasure and honor, let me hand over the control to DTM Sugandhi Periyasamy. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Good evening, Chennai Toastmasters. Congratulations on reaching the 725th milestone. And you can all give yourself a good pat on your back because Chennai Toastmasters is the only club to have reached the 725th milestone, because it's the first club that we formed within Tamil Nadu, and you're all like the lighthouse club to the other clubs that got formed after you, and to the entire Tamil Nadu fraternity of Toastmasters. So congratulations, and I wish that all of you keep growing from strength to strength, and wish you many, many more milestone meetings. With that said, today I'll be talking to you I'll be sharing some of the experiences that I came across during my journey as a district director over the last 1 year between July 2019 and July 2018 to June 2019. And I relate my leadership journey to that of an eagle. So today I'll be drawing analogies from the life lessons of an eagle. And towards the end, I would love to have some of you asking me questions so that I can also share my responses to them. So I joined Toastmasters completely by accident. A friend of mine wanted a member for our club to win this medley membership building ribbon, and that is how I came into Toastmasters. And once I joined Toastmasters, I found that it was a bunch of highly motivated people who had a lot of inspirational stories happening in their life. So I felt that this was not the group that I belong to, because I am still an introvert. Imagine me 10 years ago, how much of a worse introvert I would have been, right? So I felt Toastmasters is definitely not my place. But then there was a strange turnout of events, and I had to become the vice president membership of a club that had only 6 members on its roster. So they started my leadership journey. I came out of my shell, talked to guests, added, converted them into members, and slowly I moved on to don the hat of a vice president, education president, area director, and all the way up to the district director. So in each role, either as a club officer or as district officer, I've had my fair share of learnings, and I've also learned some lessons the hard way. And today I would like to share 5 quick lessons with you. The first thing is, if you look at eagle, now some of you might wonder why I have chosen the eagle. Whenever there is a storm, whenever there is heavy rains, you will see all animals and birds running in search of a shelter. But you know what the eagle does? The eagle soars high enough for it to go above the clouds. So it does not get affected by the storm or the rain. It flies literally above the clouds. And I personally take a lot of inspiration from the eagle, especially when I go through tough times, on how an eagle leads its life and how I can pick up bits and pieces of inspiration to keep me self-motivated. So the first lesson that I always follow from the eagle is have a strong vision. So if you take the case of an eagle, there's no bird that flies as high as the eagle. So when an eagle flies a few kilometers above the earth, it still has its focus on its prey. Be it 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, or even as high as 5 kilometers, if the eagle sets its focus on its prey, even as high as 5 kilometers above the earth, it does not lose focus. And it does not.
That's the only thing that's not being changed.
Sorry? Did somebody want to say something? All right. Okay. I was just saying that the eagle does not lose focus on its prey even when it flies above the earth as high as 5 kilometers, and it keeps circling, focused on its prey until it catches its prey. It does not give up its focus. So the first lesson that I told myself when I became the district director was to have a strong vision. So when you say a vision, by Toastmasters guidelines, the vision or mission for the district is to start new clubs and to help the existing clubs achieve excellence. Now that might sound very vague. Starting new clubs how? We as a fraternity in Tamil Nadu over the past 15 years or so have been starting clubs every year, and we've been helping clubs achieve excellence. But then how should we do it during the year 2018 to 19? And I, for one, always was not afraid of taking any audacious goals. So what I told myself was, okay, as a fraternity of Toastmasters, we have gone ahead to start a lot of corporate clubs. And this year, since we have a district as big as ours, whole of Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka put together, a club base of about 299 clubs, why cannot we start looking at focusing on tier 2 and tier 3 cities within Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka and take Toastmasters to areas where they really require? Now, many of us talk about us being very responsible social citizens, helping the needy, and in many ways. But as Toastmasters, what is that we can do is we can share the knowledge, and giving knowledge, enriching somebody with knowledge is, I feel, the most righteous thing where we can enable somebody as a very strong individual. So as a district director, when I set out, I told my team, let us this year come out, unleash our potential, go to remote areas and see where we'll be able to start Toastmasters Club. Now, if you look at the team, everybody, I mean, as we progress from year to year, most of us have also moved to the habit of getting instant gratification. We want results quite easily. So starting corporate clubs is much easier than starting a community club, especially in a remote area. So what we did as a team was identifying some places where we will be able to go ahead and start clubs, and not namesake identifying those cities. We cannot pick up stuff randomly. So for me, crystallizing the vision, a strong vision, why do we have to do it? Is it that we are doing it because we want to start clubs? No. And another thing is, if you look at it right now, next year, starting from July onwards, Tamil Nadu is going to become a separate district and Sri Lanka is going to become a separate district. And we have, to a good amount, saturated or exhausted the opportunities that we have within the Chennai corporate sector and the Colombo corporate sector. So for us as an organization, if we want to grow as an organization, if we want to grow as a district, we should start setting our footprints in Tier 2 and Tier 3. So that based on those, I built my vision, which resulted in a strong vision. And at the end of the year, we were able to start new clubs all the way in Nagapattinam, in Tuticorin, and in Colombo, all the way in Jaffna, Batticaloa, and so many areas. So have a very strong vision, and like an eagle, whenever you're working or you set out to have vision for yourself or that of your team, straight out a very strong vision and focus on your vision till you achieve your goal. The second thing that I learned in my leadership journey in Toastmasters is, it is not enough to set a vision. It is not enough to make up your mind to stay strong till you complete a vision. You should have a clarity in thought as to why you want to achieve something. The question or the word why, you have to keep asking that to yourself to crystallize the purpose of that particular mission. For example, when my team came out and asked, why do we want to do it? I was able to tell them, okay, if we don't set footprints into Tier 2 and Tier 3 this year, then when we become separate districts, we will not be able to grow Toastmasters movement either in Tamil Nadu or in Sri Lanka. Now they were quite satisfied with that reason, but then they asked me, do you know how much it takes, of the amount of resources, or how can we go about achieving those goals? So when you go ahead and set out a vision for yourself, please come out with a clarity in thought as to how you will go ahead and implement that particular vision. Now, when you draw an analogy towards eagle, the eagle does not eat dead meat. You would see many animals or any vultures including, they would be satisfied in just getting some food to satisfy their hunger. But however hungry an eagle will never ever settle for a dead prey. It will go hunt its prey and then it will consume itself. So when I had the strong vision of opening clubs in remote areas or starting clubs in suburbs of Chennai and Colombo, I had this clarity of thought, how much of time we would require to ideate that particular vision, or how much of resources that we would get in terms of manpower, the money that's required for advertising, PR, travel, and so on. So unless as a leader you have clarity in thought, your team will not be able to travel along with you in your vision, because it's the team that is going to execute your idea and turn your idea into reality. So it's not enough that you have a strong vision, you should also have a clarity in thought. The next lesson that I learned is, the eagle never fears anything. If you look at young eagles, each time they try to attempt to fly, it will keep, the father eagle will watch it from a distance, and each time the younger one struggles to flap its wings, when it screams, the father eagle will come, take the younger eagle on its back, and then take it back to the cliff, and then again set it free from there. The younger one will again start flapping the wings. It will again scream in fear. The father eagle will come, again carry it back on its back, take it back to the cliff. And this thing continues until the younger one is able to flap its wings fast enough to carry or glide itself in air. So especially when you work when you form a team and you work with a large team, especially in my case, I had 64 area directors and I had 14 division directors divided between two countries where we have a lot of cultural sensitivity, we have a lot of difference in ways in which work gets implemented or feedback is to be told or received. I felt that I should be like the father eagle, willing to listen to people and give them a clarity in thought and also help them to crystallize their execution plan so that they feel good about taking on a goal. Now, since this being in Toastmasters and I still haven't mastered the art of diplomacy, I would also like to share, for example, when I started my journey as a division director, I had by then served as a vice president membership, brought my club from 6 members to 120 members. So I've had enough life lessons in the Toastmasters lessons in terms of recruiting members for a club. And by then I had also sponsored a few new clubs, including a set of a bunch of remote clubs. So I have gained experience in opening clubs and I've also coached sick clubs and brought them into a healthy status. So, but then if you look at over a period of time, the quality of leaders that we get in Toastmasters, because maybe due to a lot of other external factors like attrition, people are not able to stay within a particular city for them long enough to serve as an assistant area director or an assistant division director and then take on the title of a division director or an area director. We get leaders who come in with lesser experience. So we can't always say, okay, I have an area director who has not served as a vice president membership, or I have a division director who has not had the experience of chartering a new club. So that is the level of team whenever we get, understand what are their strengths and weaknesses. An eagle, if you always look at an eagle, whenever it partners with another flock of eagles, it always tests what are their strengths and weaknesses. So whenever you're in a team, make your team members feel comfortable that they don't have to have the fear of failing and that you're there with them as a father eagle. You'll be able to tell people that if you are stuck in a problem, this is the solution. And in Toastmasters, it's always nice to listen to inspirational stories, but whenever your team member comes to you, please don't give them stories about Steve Jobs. Don't tell them how Bill Gates did that rags to riches story. No, they don't want all that motivational gyan. What is the problem? The club is sick. Give them 2 ideas using which they'll be able to go back, talk to the club president or the club officers and bring the club into a healthy status. If that does not work, give them more ideas and let them also do bit by bit. If you look at the eagle, when the father eagle starts forming a nest, it first starts picking all the thorns and it builds a layer of thorns. And then it flies back and it then picks up certain twigs. So it forms a second layer of twigs. And then it starts bringing in some grass. So it does things bit by bit and not all in one go. So whenever your team reaches out to you for any challenging situations that they are facing and they are stuck, understand what is the experience that they've already had and give them bit by bit solutions, and which I did in the form of review meetings. We had review meetings monthly, and although I am a strong believer in protocols, I also made sure that I was approachable to my entire team, including my council, which comprises of the presidents and VPEs. So the last lesson is dealing with misfortune. So whenever an eagle grows old and it feels that it is not strong enough to fly, it goes to a secluded place and it starts picking out its feathers one by one till it becomes completely bald. It stays in that place till new feathers grow and still it feels strong enough to come back and face the world. So especially when you are a lady district director, somebody who's not got much of gray hairs, criticisms, negativity, a lot of things come your way. And given my own personality of being a very straightforward person, certain things, especially when you go out and you tell, I faced a lot of criticism, negativity. People asked, why should this be done? Why should at all we spend so much of resources, money into venturing out into tier 2, tier 3 when you can very easily form clubs, corporate clubs within Chennai and Colombo and get all your goals achieved? Or why should you even have a district conference in a huge place such as Chennai Trade Center? So each time I face such misfortunes, I used to just shut myself out and seclude myself from all the negativity. I did not have, time was of essence, so I did not have the luxury of going on vacations. It was just an hour or two at the airport, sometimes having a cup of coffee, standing at one end of the corridor in office and retrospecting. So I have those small bits and pieces of your time to understand how you can shed the negativity and also accept acceptable feedback so that you and your team are able to journey together to achieve a constructive goal. So people, you might wonder why I have taken a lot of inspiration from the eagle. The first thing, as I told you, is an eagle does not run away from rains or storm, and it flies above the storm and the rain. And that is how each challenge in life, I feel, is instead of running away from challenges, get yourself within the challenges, keep soaring above the challenges. And there's no bird that flies as high as an eagle. And I belong to the sun sign of Scorpio, which is also governed by the eagle. So the sun sign Scorpio has 3 animals associated with it, which is one, the Scorpio, the second one is a gray lizard, and the third one is an eagle. So whenever you're in a leadership position, if you can always, with authority, you can sting at people and say, I'm the right person. That's how a Scorpio works. I didn't want to be a Scorpio. When I was faced with criticism and negativity, I could have been a gray lizard, shut myself and kept doing whatever I wanted, which I didn't want to, but I prefer to be the eagle, to come out, have that strong vision, clarity in thought, and journey together as a team to build a better and a bigger District 82. And that is why eagles keep inspiring me. And I wish that each of you, in one way or the other, unleash the eagle hiding within you, and all the very best. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that fabulous session, and thank you for making a presence to our 725th milestone meeting. Now, before moving on to the next session, we'd like to take a poll for the prepared speeches. Is the host ready with the poll? You can show it on the screen. So there's this pop-up window coming up with the best jig player and the best speaker. So you can vote for your best jig and your best speaker for the day. I hope everyone has done it by now, I believe. Actually, 20 more people have to be done. 20 reduced to 15.
Aishwarya, hello.
15 more people yet to be voted.
Aishwarya, the poll, I believe it came as TM Nagendra Bharti sir's name came instead of Kirtika.
Yes, exactly. Maybe by mistake, the host would have typed it, I believe.
So just tell it across to people that instead of that, you can.
Yeah, sure, sir. I'll let them know now. 12 more people. The host, a small correction from my side. Toastmaster Kritika, she is not the joke master, she is the idiom master for the day. Sorry, quote master for the day. So I think it's time for us to move on to the next session. So as I mentioned a quote earlier given by Dalai Lama, which literally says us to live in the present. Our past is significant because we need to learn from the mistakes, and our future is important as it takes us towards new goals. So the only thing that exists outside our head is the present. So dwell in the present instead of thinking about the opportunities which are lost in the past, and there are many more opportunities in further ways, so that you can grab them and you can make them use of it. So you can live by dwelling the present instead of thinking about your past. So make use of the future chances which you get in your life. So now moving on to the next session, it is the table topic session. So in this session, the speaker has to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on the topics given by the table topic master. And for this, I'd like to call upon a table topic master, Toastmaster Bharat Vijay. Are you here?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. So I hand over the control to you, Bharat Vijay.
Yeah. Thank you, TMOD. Okay, guys. I think it's time to switch on the camera. I think, guys, can you please switch on the camera? Like quickly, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Okay. Satish Babu, Nitin Kumari, Atulari, Gayatri, like, quickly, like, yeah. Cool. So why did I want this, right? I mean, I just want to take a quick picture of to share love to everyone. Can you guys quickly like make this heart symbol? Heart symbol, yeah. Right, Mr. Ranju, I really like you as a greeter. I would be very honored if you could switch on the video. Okay, now I'm going to take a screenshot, guys. Okay, yeah. So I'll just keep like, oh, I cannot do myself, but yeah. I took a screenshot, so I'm just going to share it to in the WhatsApp group. I mean, it's just to like spread love among ourselves and to everyone. Yeah. Okay, with that, I'm going to start my the TT master session. I hope everyone are very excited because I'm excited because I'm doing this for the first time, and so yeah, so something is coming on your way, hopefully. Okay, without any like delaying, I'm just going to go ahead and call the first name. Can I have Ms. TM Subhashri?
Yes, Bharat.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
I hope having a good evening. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I hope you can hear me properly, right? And
yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have 4 topics, 4 sections for you. Okay. I'll just read out the sections first, and I would ask you to pick one out of it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. One is like just for fun, Corona, storytelling, and commercial. Out of these 4, what do you want? Just for fun, Corona, storytelling, and commercial.
Storytelling.
Okay. Storytelling. Okay. I'm going to give you 4 words, and I want you to frame a story out of it. The 4 words are aeroplane, parachute, friends, and adrenaline rush.
Okay.
4 words: aeroplane, parachute, friends, and adrenaline rush. Your time starts.
Okay. Since childhood, I had this fascination towards aeroplane. In fact, my ambition was to become a pilot. Unfortunately, I couldn't score that much mark. So whenever I used to travel a lot. So whenever I used to travel, I used to book ticket in aeroplane. And then I used to have a view of my city, especially Chennai, in parachute. Because I have wandered with my friends all over the city. In almost each and every corner of the city, I have wandered throughout the city. But the topmost view, I didn't see the topmost view of Chennai. It's such a beautiful city, shore on one side and greeneries on the other side, lakes. It is full of lakes, which nobody knows. In fact, it is one of the districts which has so many lakes. So I have to have a view of Chennai on parachute. So one day what I did, I called my friends and then I started, it is a fun park. It is called Fun Park. Okay, it is called Fun Park, where they asked us to go on a parachute so that we can see not entire view of the city, only half of the city. When I landed on the parachute, I had an adrenaline rush. inside me. Though I was excited, I was a little bit scared. But you know what? That was one of the best moments in life. The view, the beauty, and the fun which I had with my friends. It was a, the best memory I ever had. Over to you, Toastmaster Bud.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a beautiful story. I think with 4 words, I mean, you covered it really beautifully, actually. Thank you. Okay, the next speaker. Can I call upon TM Swati Devi from DXC Chennai Chapter Toastmasters?
Yeah, hi.
Hey. Okay, so I have 4 sections now. Just for fun, Corona, storytelling, and commercial. What do you want to choose?
Corona.
Okay, Corona. Corona it is. Okay. You have 2 minutes chat with the coronavirus, a face-to-face chat. How would your conversation would go?
Okay, thanks for the topic. I will ask Corona, you have been working for a long time. Now almost 3 months continuous stretch. When are you going to go for your vacation? This will be my first question, and I think Corona will be responding saying, I'm in my vacation now. I was been doing some other work silently without having contact with this world, and this is when I'm come forward to have my vacation. So I'm going to different places, and I'm enjoying being with different people and different culture. I'm currently in my vacation. Why do you want me to go for a different vacation? This will be the response from Corona. And I would say the vacation you're going to have should not disturb others, right? Why are you making more people life in a difficult situation? Please don't do this, Corona. This would be my next question. And Corona would say that you people have been making so many people's life difficult for so long days. See, after only I came into this vacation, no road accidents, no other robberies are happening. So I'm making your life more easy. If see, you were not able to attend many Toastmaster meeting, but only because of me you were able to attend it. I'm doing a lot of good things to you. This would be the response from Corona, and I would be saying like, Corona, I just want to say one particular thing to you. It does not matter whether you are doing good to people or bad to people. You should not do it with their permission. So with this, I will end my conversation with Corona. Over to you, TT Master.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Swati. I mean, that was pretty interesting conversation with Corona, indeed. Okay, moving on. I would like to call upon one of my oldest friend, Mr. TM Sivakant Karpaya. Can you please switch on your camera? I heard you are a district champion, dude. So all the best for that.
Not the district champion, correction on that. So.
Okay. I'm just gonna give you like only one section, and I'm just gonna give you one question because you're my friend, and I want to put you on the spot. So it's actually like it's a commercial, and the question for you is like, our VPM TM Kritika is doing her best to bring in new TMs to CTM. So she has asked you to be the person in charge for a TV commercial. So you're the VJ. Now I'm asking you to convince the audience to bring new folks to join CTM Club. Over to you, TM Sivakant Karpaya.
Thank you, my beloved friend Bharat, for putting me on the spot. So my dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a quick ad. So a break from the Corona news. You would have even seen our previous speaker speaking a lot about Corona. So instead of that, so let's take a quick break and think on the positive things that are happening around the world. And one of the best positive things which I see that is currently happening around the world, especially in the hotspot that is in Chennai, I can say is the Chennai Toastmasters milestone meeting 725. So just imagine a club, consider any club, not just a Toastmaster club. imagine like, the club had met 725 meetings, and they still have the veteran mentors who were there in the first meeting until the 25th meeting. So I would say to the fellow customers out here or the fellow guests out here, and so this is one of the best clubs or the best place to spend your actual Sundays. Take in case of myself, right? So I was at around 12 o'clock, so I got an invite to join this particular meeting. And so I was in a dilemma whether to join or not. So whether to spend, I generally spend my Sundays sleeping somewhere around from 4 to 6. So that's the time I generally sleep. I'm a night watchman, so I generally wake in the night. So then I decided to join this particular wonderful meeting. And out of all the corona news, so I even closed my door just to make sure that the news that is going out, where my mom keeps on watching going on about the corona. So this is one of the best place to actually meet and to get get outside all the negative energy and negative thoughts. So if at all you want to stay positive, you want to gain some knowledge, you want to spend some best 2 hours in your life, please do join in Chennai Toastmasters Club. And this is coming out from one of the non-members of the club. So imagine how the ad would have been if a member of the club would have produced this. Over to you, TTM.
Thank you, TM Sivakant Karpeya. I think people are going to join. I hope TM Kritika has recorded this, and maybe she can trim this version and play it out in the TV in the future. Cool. Moving on. The next speaker, I would like to call upon our guest, Bhargav Venkat. Are you there, brother?
Yes, bro. Hi.
Hi. Cool. Okay, 4 sections. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Four sections to you. Just for fun, Corona, storytelling, and commercial.
Just for fun?
Okay. Just for fun. Okay. Can you tell me, I'm not going to ask you to speak immediately. I'm just asking you a question first of all. Okay. What is your favorite food?
Favorite food? Yeah, dosa.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you to hate it and convince our folks here to not eat it for the rest of their lives.
Okay.
Over to you.
Fine. Guys, now I'm gonna tell you a terrific story which happened to me personally. That is a terror, dosa terror. I can say it like that. What does it mean? How dosa has created a drastic impact in my life. I am a dosa fan actually. I used to have 10 to 15 dosas a day because I'm such a diehard fan of dosa. But unfortunately, at that one moment when I had that dosa, it totally changed my life, and now it makes me feel more uncomfortable, and which keeps me in a very distress, because when I went and had dosas, I usually prefer ghee dosas because that really tastes good. But when I went for a session, when it's a sort of things like dosa is a sort of dish which we should not go and have in all the places. That is like if you go just to a fast food place, and it's not advisable to go and have dosas in all the places because it doesn't be like homemade foods. Like, so that terrible moment happened to me by consuming it in a very local and unclean place, which totally caused me with the food poison. And I request you guys, please be cautious while having dosa. And over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. I think I'm going to continue to eat dosa anyway because it's my food, my favorite food as well. Okay, moving on, guys. Our next speaker is going to be like one of the distinguished Toastmaster. His name is Kingston Lovell. Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Bharat.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, which section do you want, sir? Just for fun, Corona, storytelling, or commercial?
Storytelling.
Okay. Sir, I have 4 words for you, and you just need to frame a story. Old people, happiness. Youngsters, tension. Old people, happiness. Youngsters, and tension.
Well, Toastmaster of the day, sorry, the table topic master of the day, I need to disagree with you because you look young and you're cool and you're happy and you don't seem to be tensed as well. And we have Suganti Periyasamy, who is not old but young at heart. She seems to be very, very, very happy today. So friends, it is okay to be happy, it is okay to be sad, it is okay to be tensed, it is okay to be, it is okay to feel joy. But one thing that we should understand is we should not stick to that one position over the time. If you are feeling worried about something, don't keep on worrying about it. But at the same time, if you are feeling happy about something, don't take that too much, because the too much of happiness is also not good. Let me tell a small story that happened in my life when I was young. I mean, when I'm young, I'm still young. Happiness is something that I thought which should come from outside. My mother should give me happiness. My father should give me happiness. This person should give me happiness. My girlfriends should give me happiness. But it took a long time for me to realize that this happiness is not something which we are going to buy from someone else, which is not something to depend from someone else. It is something that you have to get it for yourself. Even there were times where I felt so bad. I had times where people were criticizing me, like what Suganti was saying in her keynote. Even people were criticizing me about me being a division director, me conducting this online speech contest. But still, I was able to successfully complete all the area contest just few minutes ago. That tells that you should not worry about what people say, but you think about this happiness, because you may be an old person, you may be a young person, you may be someone who is young at heart, you may be someone who is old at heart. But one thing that remains same is happiness is in your hand. Over to you.
Thanks so much. That was very beautiful, sir. Thanks a lot. Okay, due to time constraints, I think I'll just call upon one last speaker, and with that, I need to pass on to the most interesting game. Okay, the last person will be like the TM Vijay Rajan.
Yeah, Toastmaster.
Cool. So again, 4 sections: just for fun, Corona, storytelling, and commercial.
Corona.
Corona. Okay, sir. What are the benefits you enjoy in your life now that Corona is in your is part of your life?
What I enjoyed, please repeat the topic.
What are the benefits you enjoy in your life now because Corona is with you? I mean, around you.
Okay. Actually, this is actually a different life. I spend more time with my family, and of course, a lot of my weakness has come into light to my wife. Everything has become open. This is the first time I came to know that in a kitchen there are around 120 items they are using, and I'm consuming 120 you know items to eat. This was totally a new information to me, and recently I created an Excel sheet to buy for the next 3 months. I'm afraid whether I can go outside for next 3 months or not. So that is the first time I was shocked to see, oh my God, so for so many days I have been consuming so much of items to my tummy, and it is so these are all new interesting things, and yeah, uh, yeah. Over to you, Tabletop.
Thank you so much, sir. Even I reflect a lot with you. Even I got to see that I ordered almost 5 dansos today to get almost a lot of. I have to stock up. Okay, with that, I think I'm running out, and already John has pinged me, bro. Give up. So I'm just going to end my speech now, and thanks a lot. I had total fun. I hope even the speakers had fun today. And yeah, over to you, TMOD. Thanks.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat Vijay, for conducting this amazing session. Now, moving on to our interactive gaming session, we would like to have another poll for the TT speakers. So, can the host you kindly show the poll window? And then a small correction is that in the previous poll we have mentioned as a joke master Kritika Raja. So this correction has been done. So kind apologies from the host side. So you can vote for the best TT speaker and for the best QIG player. Option. 20 people have voted, 30 more. Twenty more people left to be voted. The voting count is 15 more people yet to be voted. Could you please vote the pollings a bit faster because we are running out of time. Okay, so I'll just move on to the next part of the meeting until this is done and yet to be finished. So here comes the interesting part of the day. Since it's our 725th milestone meeting, we thought we could have an interesting and a fun gaming session. It's nothing but connections. So this game is now being hosted by our very own TT champion, Toastmaster John Sherlin. So over to you, John Sherlin, to conduct this wonderful game called Connections. So over to you.
Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests, and I hope that you're having a very good time. Now we are going to play a world-class game on this milestone meeting, and world-class game. It's going to be amazing. I think everyone would be knowing about connections. I will be showing a small sample of what connection game is before getting into the real game. So this is a small sample. Okay. So the words
John's sound is breaking.
Toastmaster John, I think you have some technical glitches.
For example, from
you're not audible properly.
What you can identify. So you do, from the picture you have to find the just.
John, you have to come once again. It is not clear. The voice is breaking.
By the way, small announcement. If there's anything to be conveyed, kindly use the chat box below. Thank you. And John, you may take over now.
Yes. The collage. So if anyone can identify the answer, you can unmute yourself and let us know. You don't have to find the exact meaning of the words. So just you have to find the voice modulation and you have to say that you have to find the word.
Area director.
So have anyone find the word? Yes, exactly. So like this only the game goes. You will be having a couple of pictures collaged and you have to find the exact words from it. So the words will be related to Toastmasters and related to public speaking. So already I had got some nominations. So only the nominated person I'm going to call. And for each of the nominated person in the round one, I will be giving 1 minute. In that 1 minute, you have to find 2 answers. And I think already I had shared you the points and every details. If I explain now, it will take much of the time. So let's directly move on to the game. I think hope all the rest of the people can know what the game is all about. Right now, I would like to call upon the most senior person, Toastmaster Guru Ayyappan. Toastmaster Guru Ayyappan, can you kindly unmute yourself?
Yes, unmuted.
Toastmaster Guru Ayyappan.
Yes, I am there.
Okay, sir. So from this, you have to identify which number you want from the F series, FP1, FP2, FP3 to FP8, in which you have to identify which number you want.
Okay, FP1.
So your voice is not audible, sir.
Is it not audible?
Sorry.
FP1. Hello.
FP1. Okay. So you please don't judge by the cover. It might be difficult to.
No problem.
1 minute. Okay. So you have 1 minute, sir. In that 1 minute, you have to find 2 pictures, and you can have guesses if you want. If you need guesses, you can ask me for guesses. And for each of the guesses, you will be getting deductions. Okay. So the first picture for you, sir, your time starts now. If you found the answer, you can let us know, sir. And if you need any clues, you can let me know.
Public speaking.
No, sir.
Any clues?
It is the first speech, sir. So it's already 30 minutes, 30 seconds.
Can anyone answer?
Can anyone answer?
Icebreaker speech.
No one can answer except
icebreaker.
no one can answer except the participant. Okay.
No idea.
Okay, your time is up, sir, and you have been found not a single picture. So thank you for participating in this event. So the next person, everyone, when the person is playing the game, you don't have to answer. And at last, I will give you the chance. When his time is up, I will give you the chance. Okay, let's call upon the next player. Toastmaster Gautam, can you kindly unmute yourself?
Yes.
Okay. So which number you want?
Five.
Yes.
5.
FP5. Okay.
Yeah.
One minute. If you need any guesses, you can ask for the clues. Sorry. Your time starts now. If you want to skip this picture and move on to the next picture also, you can let us know so that we can move on to the next picture.
Can I have any guesses?
Sorry?
Clues? Any clues for this?
So it is what every evaluator gives.
Okay, next
30
picture.
seconds is up. Huh?
Next picture, next picture.
Next picture, okay. So already 32 seconds is up. So we are moving to the next picture. So remaining 20 seconds. Can you, your time starts now. Any clues you want, you can ask.
Tall tales?
No, not tall tales.
Any clues?
It is what released by the VP Education every week?
Agenda.
Not the agenda. VPPR, sorry.
Yes.
Yes. Your time is up. Thank you. And you have found one image. So the next person I am going to call is Toastmaster Subhashri. Toastmaster Subhashri, can you kindly unmute yourself?
Yes, John.
So which series you want from 1 to 8? Choose a number.
1.
1 is already chosen.
Oh, okay. 2.
2, okay, fine. 1 minute. Okay. Your time starts now.
Our counter?
Yes. And the second image for you is
Are you showing this?
okay. Your time starts now. If you want any clues, you can ask.
Clue?
It is a part of a body language.
Gesture.
Yes.
Gesture?
Oh, what gesture?
Okay. Hand gesture.
Yes, thank you. You found the right answer. Thank you.
Okay.
So the next participant is Toastmaster Ranju. Toastmaster Ranju, from 1 to 8, which number you want?
7.
7, okay. On. Seven. Okay. Toastmaster Ranju, your time starts now. Any clues you want?
Clue?
You can ask. Huh?
Clue.
It is essential for public speaking. For every speech, it is required.
Stage moment.
Yes, exactly. So 27 seconds, you have found one. The next image for you is, which number you had chosen?
I chose 7.
Okay.
I have to choose one more.
Okay, fine. So the next image for you is on the screen now. Oh, yes, your time starts now.
Clue?
It's he is the one who guides every people.
Sorry?
He is the one who guides every people.
Mentor?
That guy. Sorry?
Mentor?
Yes, exactly. Correct. You had found 2 answers, Ranju. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So the next participant is Chandni. Chandni, can you kindly unmute yourself?
Yes, John.
Which number you want from 1 to 8? So you can choose 1, 2, 5, and 7.
4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
1 minute. Oh. Okay. Your time starts now.
Clue?
It is a team.
It's a team.
Yeah. It is a team in every Toastmasters club you can see. So
Tag team?
yes. right answer. So you had found one answer. And rest of you people kindly don't share the answer in the this thing so that the player could see the answer. Okay, the second picture for you is your time starts now. 30 more seconds left. If you need any clues, you can ask.
Clue?
It is a reward every speaker gets. It is a reward every speaker gets by the audience.
Reward.
Thank you, Chandani, for participating. The answer is applause. So you had found one answer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So the next participant is Toastmaster Nanda. Toastmaster Nanda, can you kindly unmute yourself?
Yes, John. Hi.
Yes. Sir, which number you want to choose? Sir?
3.
Sorry?
3.
3. Okay. Your time starts now. No one, please share the answer in the chat box.
Clue, please.
Clue, he is a part of a team.
Next one.
Next one. So the answer for this is grammarian. So the next picture for you. Your time starts now, sir. If you need any clues, you can ask.
Clue, please.
It is a reward every speaker gets in Toastmasters.
Certificate.
It is a reward every speaker gets or every role player gets in Toastmasters. So your time is up. The answer for this image is the ribbon. Thank you. Thank you for participating, sir. And the last, Puneet. Toastmaster Puneet, can you kindly unmute yourself?
Yes, John, I have my pen paper ready for the first time in Toastmasters meeting because of you.
Okay.
Yeah, ready.
So which number you want to choose?
What all are pending? I think almost all numbers are gone.
8 and 6 is pending.
Okay,
6
I'll go
and
with
8.
8.
8.
8.
Okay, fine. Okay. Your time starts now. If you need any clues, you can ask.
Clue, please.
It is given by an evaluator.
Feedback, huh? Oh,
Yes.
no, sorry. Oh,
Yes,
oh God.
yes. Feedback is the right answer.
Right. Okay.
So the next photo for you is your time starts now. You have 30 more seconds. If you need any clues, you can ask.
Yeah, clues, please.
It is a Toastmaster club.
Oh God, Chennai Toastmasters, huh?
How
One
it is
second.
Toastmaster?
I'm sorry. What is it? Tea master or something? I don't know. Something which you kept it. 1 second. It's a part of Toastmasters.
So
You told.
you had found the answer. Actually, it is CTM. So he's seeing, and it is T and 2. So it is CTM, and you
right.
had found the answer. Thank you for participating. So the last participant
thanks a lot,
for
John.
today is Toastmaster Murli. Toastmaster Murli, can you kindly unmute yourself?
Yes, John. Yes.
Okay. And the last option, you don't have any other option. The first. Your time starts now.
Clue, please.
It is essential for every speaking, for every speaker as an who is going to be a public speaker. So can we move on to the next image or
next one?
Next image? Okay. This image is my favorite image. I think everyone will be able to find it, I guess. Your time starts now, sir. Any clues you want, you can ask.
Clue.
He's a powerful officer in every Toastmasters club. He starts the meeting.
President.
Not the president. The entire thing. What is
the presiding officer? Presiding officer.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for participating. You had found the right answer. So let me tell you all the winners. Three people had answered all the two questions right. One is Subhashri, and next is, who is that? Who is next to Subhashri? And Ranju, and third is Puneet. Subhashri, Ranju, and Puneet, three of them had found two of the images perfectly. But if there has to be a winner, right? The person who had found it in a less time, it is Subhashri. So Subhashri is a winner. Let's all give her a big round of applause. So thank you for giving me the time.
Thank you.
So I'll now hand over the control back to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster John, for conducting this interesting and amazing session. I hope everyone had fun in this game called Connections. Now moving to the last part of the meeting, it's the evaluation session. And for this, I'd like to call upon a general evaluator, Toastmaster Abhilash, to conduct the evaluation session.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Good evening. So we'll quickly move on with the evaluation session. First up, this evaluation session will be divided into three parts: the prepared speech evaluation, the tag team report, and finally the report of the general evaluator. Moving on to the first part, this is going to be the part where the prepared speeches are evaluated. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce the first evaluator, Toastmaster Satish Babu, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Abhirami's speech. To tell about Toastmaster Satish Babu, he is in the banking industry and is a very soft-spoken and affable Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster Satish Babu. Timer, please note the timing of the evaluation will be 2 to 3 minutes.
Good afternoon once again, Toastmaster and fellow guest. Now, Toastmaster Abhirami has delivered Pathways Manual Level 1 and Project 2. About our evaluation, first I will start with the commendation point. I'll start with the speech with the start question. Have you delivered your icebreaker speech? It's a really good way of opening your speech, Toastmaster Abhirami. Kudos to you. And second question. How long you took to deliver the speech? And she revealed that it took 6 months to deliver a speech. Of course, I did the same mistake. Before I delivered my first speech, I took more than 6 months to deliver my icebreaker speech. At this point, most of our Toastmasters, they start to recollect the Toastmaster journey. At this point, you have engaged the audience at this moment. I kudos to you for that also. And last commendation is, I could see throughout your speech, you're full of confidence and clarity of your speech, and finally, well prepared. I can see it from your delivery part. And I'll start with the recommendation point. And body of the speech you have mentioned, it took 6 months to deliver your speech because you want to make a perfect speech. So you're procrastinating for 6 months. My suggestion here would be is, you discuss more about the procrastination. Instead of that, you could share something about how you prepare the speech during the 6 months. It could be how you prepare the speech script and what are the practice you have made. to prepare the exact and well-prepared script, because it will help to the new member how they can create or they can make a new script for icebreaker. It will help to them. You can add this point to your speech. And second recommendation here is the conclusion part. The conclusion part always should be a strong point, but you have not done this. How you can make it as a strong point? So after completing your icebreaker speech, if you could share how you feel more confident after completing this speech, or after completing your icebreaker speech, how it was changed your public speaking journey. If you share that experience, it will impact with the audience. So if you're not impacting the audience, the message will leave as a message only. So here, Toastmaster Abhirami, I want to request you to rework on this recommendation to your next speech. So your speech will be an excellent speech in the second evaluations. And other than this too, your speech is wonderful, and I say mention is good delivery and voice clarity and well prepared. Everything was perfect. Please just work on for 2 recommendations. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satish, for that articulate and objective evaluation. Moving on, the second speech delivered by Toastmaster Venu will be evaluated by Toastmaster Nanda. To talk about Toastmaster Nanda, he is one of our senior Toastmasters working at Cisco Systems and also our district humorous contestant. Over to you, Toastmaster Nanda.
Thank you, Abhilash. Can you hear me? Waiting for the right moment to take a decision is like buying a lottery ticket and waiting for a bumper prize without even doing any action, right? So that was largely the central message of your speech, Toastmaster Venu. It was a really inspirational and engaging speech. I have 2 commendations and 2 recommendations specifically for a speech. First commendation is about the audience engagement. There was never a dull moment, a single dull moment in a speech. You kept the audience completely engaged with small stories, quotes, etc. So it was thoroughly engaging. The second recommendation is the storytelling technique. So you chose beautiful stories from Rise of Ratan Tata and the humorous story as well, and you kept the story circulating along the central theme. So it was well received and we could stay engaged throughout the speech. I have 2 recommendations for you specifically. So one is the voice modulation. So you had multiple characters in the story, the character of Ratan Tata, God, Angel, the lottery ticket guy, etc. But largely you maintained a flat voice throughout your speech. Maybe you could have used some subtle voice modulation to differentiate different characters in the speech. That would have been made the story more engaging and more entertaining as well. The second recommendation is about the objective of your speech. The objective of a speech is to deliver a post-dinner, humorous, entertaining, very light speech. But your speech today was more on inspiration and audience inspiration and a message-oriented speech. Maybe you could just try to align your speech more with the objectives that have been made it more entertaining as well. To summarize, you had a great storytelling technique, great audience engagement, and with better voice modulation, I'm sure your next speech will be great. Thank you. Over to your Center Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda, for that excellent feedback. Moving on to the second part of the evaluation session, it's time for our tag team of the day to present their reports. Toastmaster Cholan, as the timer for the day, will be presenting his report now. Over to you, Toastmaster Cholan.
Okay. Speaker, Toastmaster Abhirami. Time allotted 5 to 7 minutes. Time taken 5 minutes 46 seconds. Toastmaster Venu. Time allotted 8 minutes 10 seconds. 10 minutes. 8 to 10 minutes. Time taken 10 minutes 26 seconds. Table topic speakers. For all table topic speakers, time allotted 1 to 2 minutes. Toastmaster Subhasri. Time taken 1 minute 35 seconds. Toastmaster Swati, 2 minutes. Toastmaster Sivakant, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Guest Venkat, 1 minute 38 seconds. Toastmaster Hingston, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Vijay, 1 minute 10 seconds. For evaluation, Toastmaster Satish Babu, time allotted 2 to 3 minutes. Time taken 3 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster Nanda, 2 minutes 30 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Cholan. The next report will be presented by our art counter for the day, Toastmaster Chandani. Toastmaster Chandani, over to you.
Hello again, Toastmasters. I'm here to share the detailed R-Counter report. First, I'll be mentioning the names of those speakers who were flawless. They did not have a single filler, pause, or repetitive words in their speech. Toastmaster Nadira, Toastmaster Abhilash, Toastmaster Ranju, Toastmaster Kritika, Toastmaster Benu, and Distinguished Toastmaster Hingston. Kudos to all of them. Now moving on to those speakers who used fillers and pauses. Toastmaster Gautam, 2 pauses. Toastmaster Aishwarya, 2 hours. Toastmaster Murali, 2 hours. Toastmaster Abhirami, 3 hours. Toastmaster Bharat, 2 hours. Toastmaster Subhashri, 2 sours. Toastmaster Swati, 4 hours. Toastmaster Sivakan, 3 hours. Guest Bhargav, 2 butts. Toastmaster Vijay Rajan, 3 hours. I conclude my report as the R counter. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you for that excellent tabulated report. I'm sure it was of great help to all our members seeing it presented so well. Moving on, the third report today will be presented by our grammarian, Toastmaster Geeta. The stage is yours.
Good evening, Toastmasters. It's now time for me to bring out my detailed report. I'm sure you all will agree with me if I tell you all that we definitely witnessed an energetic meeting with enriched values and inspirational meeting. We also had creative and interesting games to entertain us during our meeting. So I would also like to mention that I'm very much disappointed that nobody used the word of the day, quixotic. I was expecting that at least our speaker one would definitely use it because it was somewhere relating to what she was trying to say. Probably she could have used the word quixotic. Coming to the not so very good usages, let me just bring out a few points which I have jotted it down. We had the mistakes when it comes to the tenses. Apart from that, there have been few points which I would definitely like to mention. Everyone are ready. So each and every is singular. So we could say everyone is ready. That much mark, that many marks would have sounded better in that place. Making more people life difficult. So this could have been better placed as making situation difficult for all the people. I had times when people criticized me. It would have sounded better had the speaker chose to say, there have been times when I have been criticized. I need to pass on to the most interesting game. This I found was not correct. Rather, the role player could have said, it's now time for us to move on to the next session. Coming to the few more points which I have jotted it down, found one image. I think the role player meant to say that you have guessed one image correct. You had found one answer also did not sound grammatically correct. Don't share the answers in this thing. Probably our role player wanted to say that don't share your answers in the chat box. So with this, I hand over the control to our general evaluator. Over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Geeta, for that excellent detailed report. So this will be the final part of the evaluation session where I'll be presenting my report. So the only red flag that I have today is my shirt. All the other flags were green today, all ticked to perfection. We started bang at 4 o'clock and hopefully we will be finishing soon. The president had a good message. Our TMOD was enthusiastic and she explained the sessions very well. One point of note here, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Aishwarya, when she introduced the prepared speakers, it was the perfect introduction, the topic, the name of the speaker, and the topic. For those who don't know, this is the standard Toastmaster introduction. Moving on, greeter, quote master, idiom master, everyone did a good job. TT session was very innovative. One small recommendation to the TT master: do specify the minutes, minimum and the maximum time before you start the TC session from next time. Apart from that, the keynote session was out of the box, and the game session was excellent. Just one small recommendation would be, today I watched everyone who were there on the video. So everyone, our posture online is equally important. Please do focus on the camera as long as you have your camera on. Having the camera on or off is your option, but once you have the camera on, please do focus properly on the camera and avoid any distractions. With that, host, you can give out the final voting for the tag team evaluation and the best role play. So this I will hand over control to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Aishwarya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash, for your well-defined, precise report of your evaluation session. Kudos to that. Now, moving on to the end of the meeting. A Latin phrase says "Carpe diem," which means seize the day. And this is taken from the poem The Odes by the poet Horace from the 23rd BC. And it literally says seize the day, and it means us to make use of every opportunity that we get. From the very moment that we get up in the morning, to the gifts that we have, to the talents that we have given with, make use of each and every opportunity. So my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, you only live once, so why waste it? Why waste a single moment of your life? As the Latin phrase says, seize the day makes your life extraordinary. So, live your life to the fullest. Be it good or bad, everything happens for a reason. So, on this note, I'd like to call upon a presiding officer, Toastmaster Nanda, to carry forward the meeting. And thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to host this wonderful 725th Milestone meeting. And thank you for being such a wonderful audience. Until then, stay home, stay safe. Over to you, Toastmaster Nanda.
So I hope everyone had a wonderful session today. I know I personally loved it. So now that we are at our milestone meeting and we're coming to an end, it's time for me to address a small situation which is going to happen next week. So we have the division conference, which will be coinciding with our meeting from 4 to 6 on Sunday. So for this, we want you all to help us find an alternative solution to this. So right now, a polling will be released where all of you can help us decide which time would be best for you. Please do answer them as fast as you can. Another 15 more responses, please. Okay. Has everyone finished? There are another 8 more people who have to vote. Okay. So I'm ending the poll right now. I hope everyone has, okay. So it has been decided by you all that we will be having our meeting on Saturday, 9th of May from 4 to 6 p.m. So with this, let's move to the next part of our session, the final results of the day. So the best tag role player for today is our counter, Toastmaster Chandani. The best QIG role player for today is our idiom master, Toastmaster Murli. The best role player for today is our TM Modi, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Our best TT speaker is Toastmaster Subhashri. Our best evaluator is Toastmaster Nanda. And last but not least, the best speaker for today is Toastmaster Abhirami. Thank you all for making this meeting a wonderful meeting. And we all would like to personally thank distinguished Toastmaster Suganti for taking time off and spending it with us. We are very honored to have listened to your keynote speech. So apart from which, we had quite a few people from lots of clubs who had joined us today. Thank you all. All of you have made this show a grand success. So on this note, I declare meeting number 725 closed. And we will adjourn to next week, where we will meet again on Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. Please note Saturday. So everyone, please smile and look at the camera. Let's all just take a group photo. Thank you all so much. And now, if you do want to continue playing connections in a not so formal environment, please do stay online. Toastmaster John is waiting for you guys. And you can all unmute your mics.
Yes, guys. Anyone can answer.
Okay. You're sharing, John. We are all ready. We are all equipped.
Yeah. You were only pushing me at that time. Okay, guys. We'll carry on with the next one.
Also, please. And just also continue. And just continue.
So, if you found an answer, you can unmute yourself.
Or Boneshwari, end the recording, no? Please.